Hello my friends, and welcome back to the rabbit hole. Today's video is going to be kind of just more of a laid-back, chatty type of video. I would like to gather all of your thoughts on the upcoming Sephora sale while I have decided, apply makeup. I don't do as many makeup videos as skincare anymore, but I have a lot of Sephora products that I want to kind of give you some updated thoughts on before the sale itself starts, so you can, just have as much information as possible. Also, I'm wrapping up my Peach Slices skincare review, so I didn't want to change my skincare, try on anything new until I have that video up for you. And also, a really quick apology for the lack of a video yesterday. I truly didn't think any of you were going to notice, and then somebody asked on my Instagram reel and I realized, oh darn it, they did notice. But yes, truth be told, I am a day behind in videos because I had food poisoning. I just said that in way too gleeful of a tone. I'm quite an optimist. I'm the type of person who sees the glass as half full, in contrast to the pessimist who sees the glass as half empty, or Excel who sees the glass as January 2nd. So I am starting this video with a little bit of primer and barely having done my brows because I've come to accept that's the best approach for these sad little brows. But I wanted to do eyeshadow, and I came to this realization, I haven't bought any eyeshadow from Sephora with the exception of the Baby One palette from Lawless that I bought in the Labor Day sale. And I do really like this, but I've already talked about it, so I think we're actually going to deviate from that and try on a new retro dupe. Retro dupe? I think so. I got this in PR from Alter Ego, the new Harmony palette. Anyway, let's give it a go. I'm going to be using my Sephora Pro brushes, which is the one thing that I know I'm buying. I know I'm buying in the Sephora sale. And I'm going to start with this stark white here because I actually really like white under my brows. This is the Pro 19 brush, by the way. So what's everyone's thoughts? Are you going to be shopping the Sephora sale? Are you excited for it? Are you a beauty insider who doesn't want to shop it because you're only getting 10% off, with the exception of the Sephora collection? I'm going to switch over to the shade Tinder right here. When I just said that to you, my brain spelled Tinder in a very different way. I just thought you might want to know that. I have no idea why. I'm on the A spectrum and I've never in my life had the Tinder app. It's an app, right? Or is it a website? No. I feel like this is the first year that I've noticed people being a little more neutral towards the Sephora sale. I know we've talked about this before, but it's not the best discount out there, and yet it does seem that some people get really excited about it, self included. I mean, I'm Rouge. I don't even want to be. I don't even know how I am. I logged on my app the other day and at the top it says spend $80 more to maintain your Rouge status. I'm over here going, whoa. What did I buy? What you get for $900 at Sephora is just so pitiful compared to what you can get from Ulta for $900. I think we might have finally hit the point where there is really some good competition for Sephora. I just posted in my community stories, or communities tab rather, communities tab about the Credo sale. Is it Credo? Did we decide it's Credo? And honestly, I might even shop that myself. I'm still deciding if I want to buy the Westman Atelier set that they have on there. It's $38 with the discount. The only thing is it's the mini size of the blush, and I might want the full size. That's what I'm trying to decide right now. I figure once I finish filming this video, I'll check out more of that sale. I know they have Tower 28, which I'm also considering buying, just because, it's going to be a mad rush to the Sephora site once the sale starts. Let's do this shade Sense. I feel like the only real advantage, and this is the Sephora 18 crease brush, the only real advantage that the Sephora sale has is how easy it is to go in store and make a return. That's really, I feel like that's it. Oh, I'm so happy that Alter Ego changed their formula. This is that more firmly pressed formula where, look at this, I'm not getting any fallout. You see this? Their original formula had it was a lot more powdery and had a lot more fallout. Anyway, my point is, I just really wish that Sephora didn't structure this sale in such a way that you get the best deal only if you've spent the most money. I dislike it. I've always disliked it, but I think that what's going on is with so much going on in the world around us, it feels somehow worse in 2022 to have that system than it felt in 2019. Does that make any sense? Charity or Chorus? I think Chorus. That looks like such a pretty shade. I think I want to spray my brush for this one. Yeah, the shimmers are a little more on the powdery side. I would say the one good thing that Sephora figured out is to make the entire Sephora collection 30% off for everybody. I approve of this change. But I think it also goes to show that if you can make the Sephora collection 30% off for everybody regardless of how much they've spent, then make everything 20% off for everybody regardless of how much they've spent. Because if you don't, people are just going to start discovering other websites, for example, Credo Beauty, and start making their purchases there where they can get the best discount. I also received in PR some items from Blinc, which is a brand that it seems their mascara is carried on the Sephora website, but they have a lot more. I was actually really surprised when I was looking around their website. They let me pick out 3 items of my choice, and yeah, I was surprised by their selection. This is the new Micro Point Eyeliner Pen, and I thought I would give this a go. I do like micro liners. Here, let me grab my Tarte to give you a comparison. There's the Blinc and there's the Tarte Double Duty. I feel like these are a lot easier to work with if you're somebody who is kind of worried about drawing, especially winged liner. The only thing is that because it is tiny, it will take you a little bit more time. You know, there's always trade-offs in life for everything, right? It's just how it works. Should we do winged eyeliner today? Okay, here's how to do winged eyeliner by Alice. Go for it and hope for the best. My biggest problem with winged eyeliner is that once I start, it's like I can't find a stopping point. I want to keep making my wings bigger and bigger until I fly into the sun. Are they straight? Neither am I. Let's move on. I really want to share with you the Heated Lash Curler. Now listen, I'm going to confess that I've tried a lot of these. For most people, a lash curler, your standard lash curler, is going to be fine. But I hate these. I hate them. It's just there's something so terrifying about lash curlers. I have way too many of them to be somebody who ultimately never uses them. But I've also tried a lot of heated lash curlers, and I feel like this is the only one that I've actually been pleased with. So the way that this works is you remove the lid, you turn it on. It's battery operated, of course, and this is actually AAA batteries instead of those little round ones where you never know where to find them. And see, the thing is, these are never really going to be the same as using a lash curler because you're really just lifting your lashes. So you push upwards with your lashes. It's a lift effect. Wait, let me see if I can do this visual differently. Okay, so imagine my fingers are your lashes. You're going to take the curler, the heated curler, and go with it. So I think it might be better to call these heated lash lifters than curlers just because of the way the effect looks. Can you see the difference? I did this eye, but not this one yet. Do you see the difference? I think you might be able to use these with mascara too. I just did it before mascara, but I think you might be able to. I think that's one of the big advantages because I've heard of people putting mascara on their lashes and then using a standard lash curler and it makes their lashes break. Y'all, that's one of my biggest fears. It's one of my biggest fears. Okay, so now I'm moving on to the new Lash Extension Tubing Mascara. This is a new mascara from Blinc. It is actually on the Sephora website also. As you can see, it's a plastic bristle brush. As soon as I finish using this, I'm gonna give you a review of the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I think I'm finally ready. You all know what the principle of tubing mascara is. Rather than using pigment, it actually coats your lashes, which is why supposedly, and true with Blinc, the product is a lot easier to remove. You just use water to wash it off. Long story short, you can see it's not going to be a super high impact in terms of volume mascara. Tubing mascaras, in my experience, just never are that. But I find them really reliable. They're easy to remove, which is so important to me. And they are great for not flaking on me through the day. The one that I have the most experience with is the amplified version. Funny enough, you know, I got the recommendation for this brand back when I was in college, so I know they've been kicking for a long time. If you'd like 15% off your purchase, I do have a link in the description box below that you can use. Okay, I also, as promised, I want to talk to you about the Tartelette Tubing Mascara. I was warned. You all warned me, and did I listen? No. Let me explain to you my experience the first time I ever went to use this. So as I said, these are typically not high volume. So I was actually planning on putting on some lashes. And then I open this up for the first time, go to start using it, and I'm already just going, what is happening here? Because this is extremely high volume. Don't get me wrong, it looks great. If it was a TikTok video, 1 million people would have gone and bought it, right? Wow, look at all the volume, best mascara ever. It just doesn't tell the whole story. I feel like a lot of my frustration with TikTok is specifically mascara videos. So anyway, I'm looking in the mirror and I'm going, this is so much volume that I do not need to put these lashes on. It is so much volume, so much more than I could have expected from a mascara that says right here on the packaging, tubing mascara. Can you read that? Tubing mascara. So I'm going, okay, done, I guess. No need for the lashes. And then through the day, I had so much flaking that I was going, is this really a tubing mascara? Because that amount of volume and the flaking, it's just not adding up. Come evening, I'm ready to remove it and do my very simple removal of a tubing mascara. So I just take some water and start, wiping along my lashes to remove the little tubes. And that's when I realized, this isn't coming off. So I grabbed my Bifacil, which is what I would use for a mascara that is not a tubing mascara, and it's not coming off. I tried an oil cleanser, I tried a balm cleanser, I could not get this off. So, the frustrating thing for me is when you buy a tubing mascara, I assume this is true for a lot of people, you buy it because it's easy to remove. So what was happening here? I ended up getting it in my eyes. So as I've mentioned before, I'm a big baby. I'm in the shower at this point. I'm in the bathtub, just like trying to put my whole face underneath the faucet. It's going in my eyes, but not off of my lashes. I'm crying, I'm screaming, I couldn't get this off, y'all. And because I don't always have a lot of faith in myself, the very next day I wore it again. And what do you think happened? Do you think that somehow it became easier to remove? No, the same thing. The same crying, the same eyes red, going to bed, just defeated, eyes puffy because of rubbing so hard. I'm done with it. I'm not doing this again. What is happening here? What is this Tarte? In summary, this was a tremendous amount of pain and agony, and I don't want to deal with it anymore, but I will still give you an honest review. I think that the amount of volume was actually amazing. I wouldn't be surprised if there are people who do actually like this, but please let me know what your secret is to getting it off. Oh, I should also add, I said there was a lot of flaking the first day. There wasn't the second day, so I don't think I've entirely figured this one out. But again, I don't want to with the amount of pain and agony it has forced me to endure. Let's do some foundation. I want to give you all some updates here. I bought quite a few. I bought a repurchase here, actually. The Tower 28. I adore this tinted sunscreen. I wanted to come on camera and say some things about it because I've seen some negative reviews. In particular, what bothers me about the negative reviews on this is I've seen people say it's not a long-lasting foundation, which it's a sunscreen. Like you're supposed to reapply every 2 hours. You know what I'm saying? And you actually can use the 2-finger method and it's not too heavy looking, which you can't do with most of these foundations that have sunscreen in them. So yeah, it's not made for longevity because it's a sunscreen, but it is also the first time ever that I have seen a company think about the fact that mineral sunscreen, by definition, is using specific minerals as sun filters, which have a white color. So on a deep skin tone, that does not look very good at all. In fact, it can be difficult for light to medium skin tones. So they came out with a full range for everybody. I love that. I think the Credo website has that also if you want to get 20% off on that. And then the House Labs Triclone Skin Tech Foundation. My goodness, I love this. Let's use this one today. As these things go, it may not be for everybody because it is one of those foundations that it doesn't completely set. It stays a little bit moist on your skin. If you're going to use the word moist, you have to assert dominance in doing it. Make sure to always stare people right in the eyes when you say that word. Moist. But oh, this is such a beautiful finish. I've gotten really picky with dewy foundations. I want them to be the best of the best if I'm going to use a dewy foundation. And this one is. So yeah, you may not like this at all if you do have oily skin, but if you have dry skin, I think you will really love this. And it's gorgeous. It's actually an absolutely beautiful product. Oh, you know what I don't have a clue on? Maybe one of you can give some insight. If somebody is only a beauty insider but is interested in this, will the Haus Labs website have good Black Friday deals? That was the number 47 Pro brush. I absolutely love this. Unfortunately, the brushes I have are not in the set that I'm planning to buy, but this is a really good foundation brush. This shape, there's something very trendy about this shape, but it's a very good shape. Great for both applying it and also spreading it as you apply it. Anyway, I got overzealous while applying that, and I wanted to share that I also purchased, I finally caved and purchased the Kosas concealer. I've heard so many people say this goes bad really quickly, so I was hesitant about it. But now that I have it, I don't even care. I mean, I do. I'm going to do everything I can to prevent this from going bad or use it up quickly, but oh my gosh, it's really nice. Oh, it's so nice. On days where I don't wear a lot of foundation, I've been using this. I'll just kind of, first of all, I put it on the back of my hand so as to hopefully prevent excess bacterial contamination. And then I grab a concealer brush. I also bought the 71. From the Sephora Pro line. So I'll just kind of spread from the center outwards of my face and maybe like a little dab of other concealer underneath my eyes because I like a lighter concealer under my eyes. And set it with a bit of powder, and it's just gorgeous. It wears so nicely. It doesn't split apart, which I hate that some concealers do. I bought the shade 320, by the way, and in the Haus Labs, I'm shade 30. Darn it, it's a beautiful concealer. Y'all were right. I have a couple of blushes today. So the Westman Atelier, which I also received in PR, and the Makeup by Mario Soft Pop Blush Stick. I like the Makeup by Mario. It's a little bit more pigmented. Also the color I bought, oops, that's the brush side. I like that it comes with the brush too. The color I bought is Soft Coral, so I don't think this is gonna be the right color for this look. It's a bit of a warmer color. Can you see how much pigment there is in this blush? But it actually does blend out nicely. You just will have to make sure you blend it out. But I do love this Westman Atelier Baby Cheeks blush stick. This is the shade Petal. Let me show you just in swatching it, the difference here. Do you see how it's not, the intensity of the pigment, it makes it really easy to work with. This is the Rose Ink blush brush. I think every company has taken inspiration from Rare Beauty lately. That's that same shape. I think Rare is a better price though. Look at that. It's a beautiful buildable blush. See that? Oh, so pretty. It's like there's just enough of this really pretty sheen to this blush that I truly don't feel like I need highlighter with it. It is really pretty. But I am going to do some bronzer. I've made a decision on where I stand with bronzer. I have finally decided that I'm done with cream bronzer. Cream blush, still like it. Bronzer though, I'm done. So with I think it's my fine hair. You know, you always want to push your bronzer kind of a little bit into your hairline. Otherwise you're going to have that bronzer here and then some skin look. You know what I mean? Have you all seen that on someone? Where you just really want to go up to them with a brush and just kind of push the bronzer into place a little more. Admittedly, I've probably done it because it's so gross feeling to have bronzer in your hair. But that's the thing, is it feels more gross to have a cream bronzer in your hair than a powder bronzer. The Haus Labs Power Sculpt Velvet Bronzer is what I'm going to use today. I bought shade 2 and I love it because it's actually kind of a powder to cream formula. It's great. I love it. Again, going in with my Sephora, number 50. I almost feel like this is a new take on powder bronzer where it's actually, it's an upgraded formula for sure. We're coming to the end. I want to share with you some lip products. Let's focus on glosses today and also a huge hit and a huge miss in terms of lip liners. So I got a few products from Give in PR, one of which is the Pout to Get Real Overlining Lip Pencil. My problem with this isn't that it's a very different design. It's actually a pretty brilliant design. It's kind of, well, if I show you, I'll give away all the problems with it. I'll find a picture on the Sephora website. No, it's actually a brilliant design. My problem with it is, as we keep talking about clean products more and more, I find myself getting worried about things going bad, and hopefully you can, oh, it's gonna get blurry. Hopefully you can see that this has some gray on it. Just like little patches of gray. If I wipe the, oh, it's also completely dried out. Oh, maybe that's why. Maybe it's not mold. Maybe it's just dried out. But yeah, I was worried it's mold because it originally is a kind of a brown color. This is the shade Do Whatever. Yeah, it might just be dried. I don't know. I can't tell if it's, you know, just this insistence on using different preservatives that I don't feel are as effective or what's going on. But this is really strange to me. Can you see it? Can you see what I'm talking about? It might actually just be dried out, but the first time I used it, it was actually great. It was great. I was super happy with it. I didn't touch it for about 4 or 5 days, and that's what I came back to, and I've just not wanted to use it since. Meanwhile, the Makeup by Mario lip liners are great. Absolutely no complaints, and you get a little brush on the other side. And then for lip gloss, I wanted to, gosh, I have a lot of lip gloss to share with you all. So I've really come to embrace lip gloss more recently, and I have a clear preference. If you like this, you'll like this, and vice versa. These are both the light type of lip gloss. Now, admittedly, these don't wear very long, but I like how they feel. It's never sticky. You can do that all day without it creating that string in the middle. You know what I'm talking about. I've heard people saying their Tower 28 has gone bad on them. I'm almost through this one. Yeah, it seems fine, but I admit I go through these pretty quickly. I've talked so much about the Calorie. I absolutely love it. I know in the past people said that this was a very small container, that you don't get much product, but you actually get a lot of product. 0.25 fluid ounces, and that is compared to 0.11 fluid ounces here in this Lawless Forget the Filler. I don't like this one. I received this in PR, but it's just not my preference. This is the stringy type. Yeah, you saw that? It feels nice and it lasts a lot longer because anytime a lip gloss has that sticky, heavy feeling, it will stay sticky and heavy on your lips longer. I will say the Westman Atelier glosses are a shockingly nice in-between. In fact, let's do this one today. This is the Squeaky Clean Liquid Lip Balm in Nana. This one is really nice. They did a good job of balancing that very light sensation with the very heavy and very long lasting so that it feels nice, but it lasts a little bit longer on your lips. Should I buy that set? Should I buy that set? I think we've come to the end. I'm gonna use my Thirst Things First mist from I Do Care. It's a biphase mist. Did you all see my reel about the sale? Yeah, I Do Care has a really good sale going on right now, up to 60% off, and it stacks with the referral link. I don't know if they're gonna like that I'm finding this out and sharing it, but yeah, it stacks, so you can get you know, as much as 50% off in addition to those prices. This also works on Kaja, so if you're eyeing anything from Kaja, check out their friends and family sale and stack that with a referral. I will link you my referrals below. They're not affiliate links. I can't affiliate referral links, but you get 10 off 20. Do know the shipping is free at 35 though. But that is all I have for today's video. I have a lot to clean up in front of me since I talked about a lot of products, but hopefully you all enjoyed. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a like and hit that subscribe button, and I will see you all next time.